Today I'm going to be making a deconstructed stuffed bell pepper on Trim Healthy Mama. Now I have made this in a video previously, but I realized when I started making this that I was completely out of cauliflower for cauliflower rice. And so I went out in the garden and I found this zucchini. It's my very first zucchini of the season. And I did some research. You can substitute zucchini for cauliflower on Trim Healthy Mama. So we're going to try this today and see how it comes out. So I'm going to start off today by browning some ground beef. I've got some 100% all natural ground beef. We're going to add this to a cast iron skillet and brown this up. So because I want to do this very similar to the cauliflower rice, I am actually going to go ahead and steam my zucchini. I'm going to use my Sistema steamer and I'm just going to cut this into large chunks. I'm going to halve these. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to put a little bit of cilantro, fresh cilantro in with my zucchini, because I want to incorporate those two flavors. So we're going to open up our steamer and I'm going to go ahead and stick this in the microwave and get this steamed. Okay, I've drained off the fat and I've got my zucchini kind of mashed up. It's not completely mashed up like cauliflower, but it's looking pretty good. Going to be some chunks of it along with the cilantro. So now we're going to give that a good mix with the ground beef. I'm going to cook this up, and I'm also going to add some Worcestershire sauce. And I've got all my seasonings. I'm going to list this recipe in the description below, but I'm going to put all those in and give them a good stir. And at this point, I'm going to add my onions and my bell peppers and get those starting to saute and cook down. So I've just kind of sliced up my onions and my peppers. If it tastes as good as it smells, we're in good shape. It smells yummy in here. I had tried to mash it with the bell peppers and as you can see it doesn't mash up too good, but it's okay, this works. That's what kitchen scissors are for. Give that a stir. And we're also at this point going to add some tomatoes. I've got a can of my home canned pizza sauce. This doesn't have any sugar in it. I'm going to go ahead and add this to the mix. We're going to cook this for 8 to 10 minutes. Until the onions and the peppers are all cooked together. I've got a few tomatoes from last year's garden. I've got those all defrosted and kind of chopped up a little. I'm going to leave some of the sauce off because I've already got my spaghetti sauce in there. In just a few more minutes, we're going to be adding some cheese over the top, and then we'll be serving this. anxious to see how this compares to having the cauliflower rice. It said that you can substitute the zucchini, and I'm glad to hear that because I've got so many zucchini plants that I planted out in my garden that, all right, we'll just leave that for a minute and then we're gonna add the cheese. Now it said to add some shredded cheese, but I've got this sliced Colby Jack from something that I had earlier in the week, and I'm gonna use this. All right, just gonna let that melt and then it'll be ready to serve. So in addition to the zucchini, I found these beautiful nasturiums out of my garden. I just thought it would be kind of fun to place some of those right on top of the meal. I've washed them, I've cleaned the stems, and they are ready to go. Now, if you ever run out of pepper and you'd like the flavor of a little bit of pepper, go ahead and give nasturiums a try. They're an edible flower. Not only are they absolutely gorgeous, they're also really a wonderful thing to have for a little treat from your garden. And there you go. Deconstructed bell pepper and onions, and I have fixed this with the zucchini instead of the cauliflower rice. Let's give this a try. All right, let's give our dinner a try. That steamed cilantro made such an amazing difference. This was cilantro I picked out of my garden. Boy, is it ever good. Don't be afraid to alter the recipe. Just make sure to check on the Trim Healthy Mama website, run it through their information. Just make sure it's like for like vegetables or meat or whatever it is you're fixing. So I hope you enjoy this. Give it a try. I'm excited for dinner, and I'll see you next time. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. Give me a like, a thumbs up, or ring that bell for future notifications, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.